Hey guys, what's going on? So I got a lot of messages about Navajo Security on how I did the effect. And if you don't remember on the effect, I was like plastered on the wall and I jump off and I chase people while Navajo Security. So what I got here is kind of behind the scenes how I did the effect. And if you haven't seen the video, I suggest check it out. Links in the description. If not, here's a video I made just to show you guys what the effect would look like. Okay, so that was it. What we're gonna do is we have most of my effects. What I do is I edit in After Effects. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring up the footage, right? It's easy if you shoot your footage on a tripod. So we got this here. We got footage 2020-24, and what these are separate videos of the room. So the first one I shot, you got to get two footage for it. You can do it in one video, you can do it in two. I did it in two of them. So I line up the footage. Well, right here, we'll do this one first. 1823, which is just footage of me walking into my room by myself, and I got to pretend that I see Navajo Security on the wall. Okay. Second footage is, of course, we got to get the Navajo footage. And if you watch it, this is basically what I do. Jump. Yeah, look at me jump. Okay. That's one take. Let's do it again. Jump. Don't look at me. Just jump. Hurry up. What are you waiting for? Don't look at me. Jump. Yeah, go. Okay, you see that? That's the footage, and I'm pretending to walk toward somebody that's supposed to be right here, but I'm not. So we got the footage here in After Effects. So we're gonna create a new comp. 1280 by 720, which is what I shot it in. Duration, you can always change that. Let's just change this to Navajo Security in room. Okay, so we got that right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring in boat footage. Now 1824 should be on top because 1824 is the jump-in footage. Now the trick here is you got to find the perfect frame to freeze it if you want to be plastered on the wall. So I jump and look at that face. Urgh, monster. So we'll use the second one. Let's see. So you can do this multiple times, jump multiple times, it doesn't matter, or how well you want it. So right there looks like about I'm on the wall, right? So I'm gonna freeze this, which is, time, freeze frame, and now the whole, it's frozen, okay? I'm frozen on the wall. So I'm gonna bring back in 1824, and I'm gonna come to right here where I froze that frame, which should be that one. Yeah, so that's it. Okay, so we're just gonna cut that, and we're also gonna cut that as well. Oh no, wait. We're gonna end that piece, and we're gonna cut this piece and get rid of that beginning. And I would say about right here, we're just splice it. So we're gonna grab these, and we're gonna drag it to the beginning of the composition. Okay. Now under here, remember, under this video, we have the guy walking in, so that's why we got to get these two videos on top of this one. Alright, so let's make that happen. What we're going to do is we have him on top, and it should go boom. He should fall down. Why? Because this is the freeze frame. So just so that way you don't get confused, we can call this freeze frame. Romeo walks in, and we can call this one the attack. Okay, so we do have the freeze. Move on, frozen on the wall, frozen on the wall. Here's this video. That's when it comes off, okay? Now, how do we get me, both videos in there? What we need to do is we can grab these two, so we can get rid of that. Grab these two, which would be Navajo Security room, right? We're going to drag it into a new composition. So now their videos are together. So you have the freeze frame, we have the jump, and now we have to get the 1824, which is me coming in. So what we're going to do now is you have to grab a mask layer. Grab this one, go to grab your pen tool, and you're going to have to click around your Navajo Security. So I'm doing it quick. Normally I take my time, and it just depends on how well you want it to look. So you get that. Just totally around him. Complete it. There we go. And he's on the wall. You can also even feather it out, you know, so that way the edges aren't so harsh. Whatever. You don't want it too feathered, because look at this right here now. So we don't want it too feathered. If that doesn't bother you, you can keep it the way you want it. That looks about right, you know, because it's still frozen in time. And I jump off the wall, right? Okay, we just gotta line it up to where. Okay, we grabbed the wrong one. Sorry about that. We'll grab this. Boom. And now we gotta time it up to where do I come off? Right there. So we have to move this footage to just about when he notices. Boom. Okay. Now you see what happened here. You got the mask on it, but look, the mask is still on the wall. This is where it gets tricky. This is where this is the time-consuming part. Is you have to get to the mask path. You have to go through each one to where he comes down one frame. You see that movement already? So he's frozen and he moves. So what you gotta do now, sorry about that, my stupid mouse is acting up. What you gotta do now is grab each frame and move it. So that way it doesn't get cut off. So that's one frame. And he's on the wall. Move it again. One more frame. He moves. So now I already did. And this clip right here, I already have it set to where I did what I had to do. Alright, so here it is. Let's see what it looks like with the keyframes all doing what they're supposed to do. And that's moving kind of slow. We'll just move it a third. Let's take a look. And so what we're going to do is we're going to turn. So that's the frame. When I jump, this one. That's when it turns into this one. And now I have the keyframes, all the mask keyframes right here. Okay. Now watch it follow me. So I had to go through each frame, one frame at a time, and keyframe all these movements so that way I can get the effect to go over me. So that's how, and then also how this looks. Okay, so we have this here. Let's bring him back down to one. So what I usually like to do is you gotta use a couple color effects on him. They have presets here. Doesn't really matter. You can drag it on this one, and of course it'll blend it up. You can even drag another one on there. And you keep kind of just messing with it to see, you know, what looks good, what you want. Also, you know, it is supposed to be looking like he is on the wall, like a painting. So you keep blending in, you know, it doesn't really matter. Let's just get rid of these. We don't need these on there. I think the one I used for the original for that color look. Let's take a look. Yep, I have okay. So to get that kind of look, we did maybe a vignette lighting on it. We're gonna do maybe a moon shadow. Yeah. You know, there you go. It kind of looks like he's on the wall. Just remember that keyframe, so we get that keyframe on there. And so when it's all together, we drag 1824 into a new comp, which is this right here, the final composition. Okay, and so that is how so once you get the keyframe, so once you have keyframes on there all set up, that's how it should be.